Welcome back to the Agent Goldmine, another amazing episode that I know we've gotten so much good feedback on this already. But before we begin and let you know what today's episode is about, I have a very important announcement to make, and I am selling my tickets to Real Estate Rockstars because I cannot go. I've been for the last 2 years. I freaking loved it. It's a super, in case you've never heard of it, Real Estate Rockstars is a small community, like the in-person mastermind, small community of agents where you can really go deep in the weeds, get a lot of referrals from it, and learn from the best. So in case you were interested, the tickets that I bought were early bird tickets. They are more expensive now. They're $400 more expensive right now than they were when I purchased it. And I'm not trying to make a buck. I'm just trying to sell it at the exact price that I bought it for. So I have 2 tickets. Total price is $1,800. Currently, if you were to buy 2 tickets online, it would be $2,600. And Real Estate Rockstars is March 4th through 6th. 2025 in Austin, Texas. If you or anyone you know is interested, please reach out to me, Ali the Agent. Let's get started. Welcome to the Agent Goldmine, the only podcast in the world specifically for real estate agents who are stuck at 5 transactions a year to help them get to 20 plus. Your hosts, Ali Garced and Shelby Johnson, 2 EXP icon agents, each do over 40 transactions a year and interview others who are crushing it. In this podcast, you'll receive the knowledge to help you scale your business using systems and processes with our interviews and monologues twice a week. If you want to be a part of our community, reach out. Welcome to the show.
Woo! Guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Listing Agent Checklist Part 4. Today, we are going all into the marketing piece of the listing process. And a lot of agents, maybe this is you, maybe not, but a lot of agents think that taking photos and putting it on the MLS is marketing. And then you're done and you've done your job and then you sit around and wait. So today is all about all of the other things that you can do to actually sell your listing. All of the power that you have in your hands. So this is going to be a lot of information, so many fucking nuggets. I'm going through this personally. So this is literally what I'm showing you is a listing that is coming up. And all of this is specific to what I'm doing for that property. But don't get overwhelmed. Literally just take a nugget here and there and implement it into your process. And over time, your process can grow. You don't have to do all of these things. This is Shelby's dreamland that we're living in right now. And with that, I'm going to share my screen. So if you're not watching on YouTube already, it would be a great one for you to hop over, although I will articulate so you don't have to. Okay.
I love your intro, Shelby. You're like, I'm doing all of this above and beyond, but you plebes can probably just do like 1 or 2 tips.
Okay, well, let me add on to that. So I only have 1 listing upcoming right now, and I have 2 under contract, and I have like 1 buyer. I have a lot of time. That is my point. I have the time to go slow and think through all of the things that I have heard about when I was hosting Real Estate Rockstars podcast, or that Ali and I have learned about on the Agent Goldmine, but going to the Real Estate Rockstars conference and Tom Ferry for the past couple of years and all of these different things. It's like we've been in this industry for so long that you just hear a nugget. And normally, this is the normal agent process. You're fucking slammed. You're so busy. You're like, dude, don't even talk to me about adding something to my process. I am barely alive right now, whether that be because you're so busy and you need to add leverage into your business, or because you have absolutely no business and you're trying to get some. So I'm in this like really cool, magical sweet spot that allows me to do all of these extra things. I'm not fucking saying I'm that great, Ali. Also, fuck you.
And because we've gotten a lot of feedback about these checklists, Shelby's listing checklist, we are not giving it away. It's not for sale. The only people that have access to it are those that join us in our community. So if you're interested in joining us, reach out to me, Ali the Agent. You get everything that I offer plus Shelby, or reach out to Shelby. The Shelby Show, Ali the Agent. But again, like Shelby said, she's sharing her screen. So Here we go.
Hop over to YouTube. And I will share nuggets of this. I was just telling Ali before we hit record is that this is literally still an ever-growing, living, breathing document that I am adding to every single day. So I have like the listing process for this specific, but I have, my listing checklist. That's the thing with templates, guys. Checklists and templates do not ever modify the actual okay, so if you have a template, you need to duplicate it and then use the duplication to modify and update for that specific property. But if you use the template, you can only use it once before it's no longer a template. So I hope that makes sense, that you always keep the base copy. And my point is, I'm adding to the base copy as I go. It's still living, breathing. One day, maybe this will turn into something that we give out. But for right now, it's just internal, like Ali said. Okay, so leading up to this point, we have done everything from the lead has entered our ecosystem. We have prepared for the listing appointment. We went on the listing appointment, and then we did post-appointment activities. If you are like, what? All of that stuff? Y'all, that is the ultimate listing agent checklist parts 1 through 3. So just go back a little bit in time and you'll find them. Go there first, get all the way caught up. But at this point, it is after the appointment. You've already done like your do outs. And now you're ready to start planning for the marketing. The seller is doing their home prep checklist. They're getting the house all pretty and ready to go. They're also doing their seller homework, finding all of the items for the property highlight sheet that Ali and I went over last time, those buyer frequently asked questions, all that stuff. So they're working in the background. So now it's our time to come back to the computer and geek the fuck out on how to market this fucking shit, right? Dude, one day maybe I'll stop cursing. I think about it now that I'm in Kentucky and people don't curse here. And like, I have this like process, like where I'm like, oh shit, I can't wear my Agent Goldmine shirt because someone's going to ask about it. And then they're going to look it up and listen. And they're going to be like, that girl is not okay. So a little internal dilemma about the cursing, working through it. So we are preparing for our marketing, right? And so in case you did not know, I'm huge on coming soon. And in coming soon status in Kentucky, it does not syndicate to Zillow. Therefore, that's why this is so magical for me personally, because what do buyers do normally? They see an address. They don't fucking need you. They're going to look that shit up on Zillow themselves and find all of the information and be like, I don't really want to talk to that agent anymore. Well, in coming soon, because when we go coming soon, none of it goes to Zillow. I have the opportunity to market in a way that you won't find this on Zillow. And that's like, oh, curious, exciting. And then I hold the power. It's like, want more information? Now, person, you need to funnel into my ecosystem. They have to fill out the form to catch the contact information, because contact information is power, right? Data is power. Always, 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 always get the contact information so then you can control the outreach and the follow-up. But anyway, so in coming soon, we're holding power, right? And in this status, we are doing paid advertising. I'm also posting on my personal social media. I am posting within Facebook groups. This is even more, this is fucking robust. Sorry, guys. Posting in Facebook groups, also doing strategic outreach and circle prospecting. I didn't read everything on here because you guys can read, or maybe if you're not on YouTube, hop over to YouTube. I'm just not going to read every fucking little tiny thing. But the ones I'm going to talk about today are ads, personal social media, strategic outreach, and circle prospecting. But in order to have all of these things, the ads, the socials, like all of this stuff to work, it all starts with photo day. Having the seller do all of the magical legwork ahead of time peaks. We were going to climax here together. We're going to climax on
Yay.
photo day, Ali. Yay. Okay. Because what's the point of doing all the legwork and getting the property in top fucking condition other than to capitalize on that with amazing professional photos? I skipped over to our photo day checklist. We are doing professional photos. No one is taking cell phone photos. You're not doing it. I don't know if you're thinking, well, it's like, I can do it in this. No. The answer is no. You're doing professional photos. We're also doing professional measurement, mostly just because I'm not measuring shit. You don't want me to. But this measurement in particular, it's like the 2D type where it's like the floor plan and it has the specific room dimensions, closet dimensions. Like it's pretty cool. And then also getting drone images, which I fucking love when you can see an aerial view of the property lines. And this is even more important for this particular property because it's 19.8 acres and the land itself is a huge selling point. But the drone images are to show the line where the property is. And then the last thing that we're doing on media day is video. And I have people actually in Five Pillar, we've like debated this before. Some people are still doing like the cinematic horizontal, slow paced fucking listing video, which I do think can work if you are on YouTube and have like maybe that's your style, maybe that's like your target, whatever. I think for most people, what the fuck are you going to do with that video? What's the point? This is my personal opinion. Ali, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm like 100% on the vertical social media style, quick pace, grab attention, more fun, which we can talk about in just a second. So I'm not doing the cinematic video at all. I'm purely doing a vertical social media video. But this is what's going to happen on photo day. And so, yeah, actually, questions so far? Comments?
No questions. Well, a comment. The slow video, I think, is like really good for 55 plus communities if you work in that in that area with that niche. It like very kind of like slow pace, or people just. I would have thought Lexington.
Fuck you.
But yeah, it's like it's stuff that can be also repurposed into B-roll, but so can shorts. So yeah, no, I have no real like. I can do either one.
Yeah, and that's just an opinion.
I paid off one of my mortgages in just 4 months thanks to the shred method. I personally use the shred method to manage my money and crush my mortgage faster than I ever thought possible. The system was simple, the customer service is top notch, and the results speak for themselves. $121,000 of a mortgage balance gone in just 4 months. I put my money where my mouth is, and it worked. If I can do it, so can you. This can not only help you, but your business as well. Help your clients not only buy homes, but also pay their mortgage off faster and build equity sooner. When you add this kind of value to their lives, you're not just their agent, you're their go-to advisor for life. The Shred Method sets you apart and keeps your clients coming back. So go to theshredmethod.com to learn more about how you can shred your mortgage and help your clients do the same. Yeah, no, I have no real like, I can do either one.
Yeah, and that's just an opinion. I mean, if it works for you, I know that the person I'm thinking about who I debate this with, he uses it more as a selling factor for his listing appointments than he does to get a buyer. And so I think that if that's your intent, where it's like, hey, look, at the listing appointment, like these are the videos that you do, and then you show this like cinematic, beautiful video. Sure, I can see how as a seller, I'd be like, oh, that's fucking cool. But from the perspective of marketing, my intent with these things is to get a buyer, right? To get interest, to drive hype, to get multiple buyers, hopefully. I want highest and best. And with that in mind, I don't think that those videos for, like Ali said, my target buyer, I don't think that video, it's a snooze fest in my opinion.
100%. That's a really good point. I never thought about it that way, where like the 15-minute videos of like one property is for other sellers, not for buyers.
Yeah, totally.
Wow, I never thought about that way. Cool.
Yeah, unless it's, I think luxury also has maybe a different, I don't know. I haven't done enough luxury. It's in my future, hopefully. Okay, so that is what we're doing on Media Day. And if you are following along on YouTube, you can see that we also have like I laid out like a day of schedule, and I have had so much fun figuring out the media piece before I go to the property. Because you guys, I think I've only had one listing so far. It was an investment property, $250,000. So like low for this market. It was tenant occupied. And so like, of course, we still did professional photos, measurements. We had the drone, but I didn't do an upfront social media video for that. So I had to do a little bit of like research. Like I went through Instagram and like stalked the shit out of all of these local real estate agents and like just general videographers, because I'm looking for a specific partner in crime to do this with. I remember back in the first time when I did real estate, I didn't think about photo day at all because I had a listing coordinator and she scheduled the professional photos to happen. And she like walked the property ahead of time, but it was just fucking photos. So I think that there's a lot less ahead of time work if you are like in the machine of you're just doing pro photos. It just does depend on the property. But anyway, I hope, dude, I'm fucking ramble mode today. For my photo day in particular, I'm actually having 2 different media teams come out because the media team that I like best for the professional photos, they do the measurements, they do the aerial outline. That is one team. They do video, but they were doing video in the way of we have a certain template kind of style social media video that like it's a template. It's either like the listing walkthrough that's like 2 times speed up, or I can do an intro and an outro, but otherwise it's like B-roll to the elevator music, classic. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like there's a very specific listing template going on right now. And my idea for the video is like very fucking unconventional over here. So that's the reason why I got a secondary contact for video. So splitting that up. Nice thing is they know each other and worked together before, so that's lovely. Okay. I think that's it for this. Going back to marketing. So now that we have amazing photo day and we've captured amazing content, then we are going to start the paid advertising with the video is the content, and then the intent is to do it all over Facebook. And like I mentioned before, you are going to hook the people. They're going to want more information. They can't find it elsewhere. So they fill out the form for more information. And that is when they're automatically going to get this email from me, which I can actually show you. I actually think I wrote this. Yeah. So here's my ad funnel. If you are following along, step 1, you won't find this on Zillow, and then it's this video. Step 2 is once they fill out the form, they're automatically going to get an email with information and a text from me. This is all through Follow Up Boss. And then from that email, it's the call to action is want to see it in person, come to our open house, because we are blocking showings. This is something that worked really well last time. It fucking crushed last time. All during coming soon. Of course, you can't show it. We're going to go live. We're going to do about a week of coming soon, and we're going to do about 3 days of live before an open house on Saturday from 1 to 4. And so during this entire coming soon status and the 3-day live period, completely blocked in showings. No one can see it. And also blocked after the open house up until that point. So their only option, if you want to see this property, is to come to the open house, which worked so well last time. We had like 60 fucking people at our open house. It was nuts. After the open house, I will go back in and modify the settings and allow showings, but I don't want to tell them that up front. Also, the fact that this is owner occupied and tenant occupied gives me a little more leverage to be like, y'all, you got to come during this time period. If you want to see it, you got to be there. And the example, which I'll give it out if you guys want this, but I have my little templated email all prepped and ready to go. I do have my square footage and things highlighted that I need to verify. So on photo day, I'm going to have the measurements go first. So that way, if I need to update my script, if I need to update anything, I can update it before the video. And then after the fact, I'll come back and update like all my templates. But yeah, so I have that email, and then the text will come out, and then they're in Follow Up Boss. So from there, they will also get a reminder about the open house. They'll probably, since I don't think that there's going to be nearly as many people who outreach about this property as opposed to the $250,000 duplex, I will also personally reach out to all of these people and try to, hey, like, you know, what caught your eye, and talk to them. Like, what are you looking for? Is, you know, and kind of like pre-sell the property, but also potentially pick up buyers as well. Ali, do you have questions?
I have a question, but I can save it to the very end because it's not related to this, sort of,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay, got it. Okay, so that is the paid ads that are going to be pushed out. And some of you are like, well, how much does that cost? Well, last time I think it was, and Ali, I think it was like $330, I want to say, which got us 69,000 views and like 150 contacts. And we ended up with 24 offers on that property. That was a 3-day coming soon period. This is twice as long. I'm not sure how much we're going to spend. I am prepared to spend twice as much. So this is also $1 million property compared to a 250,000. And Ali and I were talking about it ahead of time too. In the beginning, when you have time like this to build your systems and really do it right, you're also creating a resume for yourself. Because one of the things for my listing presentation for this property, I already used my proof of concept for, this is our process. We run ads. This is how many views. This is how many offers. This is the results we got. And like, wow, what a fucking, you know, impactful proof of concept when you have screenshots and like outreach and all of that stuff documented. So the way that I'm thinking about it, and the way that I challenge you to think about it in the beginning, is instead of like, oh, that's going to cost me, you know, maybe $600, $700 for that. Yes, but it's not that direct cost, because what you're really doing is you're investing in your proof of concept and your future marketing that will bring in more sellers. Does that make sense?
To me, it does, baby.
Okay, great. So paid advertising, personal socials, of course. But one of the things with personal socials that I actually talk about at my listing appointment too is that my followers are not necessarily the target audience. So like not only is Instagram, I want to say down, like I'm pretty sure that only like 30% of your followers even see your posts. And Allie's, I'm looking at her because, which by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I keep looking over here because I'm sharing the screen and her face is on the other screen. But there's and do you know the stat, Allie, of like how many of your followers see your shit?
I don't.
But it's not
know.
all
I know
of
it's
them.
yeah. Oh, I know it's like barely any.
It's
Yeah, but I don't know the
barely
stat.
fucking any because I have like, 9,000, almost 200 followers. And when I post something, I'll get like 2,000 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's
Not
with
even 100%.
today's algorithm. Who knows how it's going to be in the future? But I know,
Bro.
like, at least now with the algorithm, they try to make it more smaller content, creator friendly. So that way, it's like when you post stuff, it's supposedly going out to the gen pop as opposed to like your audience first. So who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? But that is one of the reasons why I do believe in paid advertising is because you kind of pay to get your stuff seen. You have more control. Whereas like I'm loving, of course, I'm going to post on socials because this video hopefully is going to fucking crush. I'm going to add all these different collaborators, as many as I can. And I hope that the video does really well. But also, hope is not a method. And who the fuck knows what the algorithm is going to show my stuff to people. So that's why I'm also doing the paid option. But yeah, it is going to be the same video for the paid ads and the personal socials. And then I'm going to take that same video and I'm going to, well, Jessica, my lovely virtual assistant has a lot of work to do when it comes to putting all of like that video and a specific caption on multiple different Facebook groups. So when I say Facebook groups, it also kind of blurs into strategic outreach, and I'll explain why. So we have this video and we're going to change the caption slightly depending on the type of Facebook group. So for this particular property, I thought about who would love this property. What are they looking for? What are their pain points? Where do they hang out? And that is how we came up with businesses. We think that businesses who have equipment that they want to store would love this property because there's a 5,000 square foot warehouse that is it's double enforced concrete, so it's heavy enough, like it's sturdy enough to hold loaded triaxle trucks. I've learned a lot about this. Basically heavy shit. And so I'm like, oh, a business owner would love to have a place to store, all of their stuff. So I literally had Jessica, she's done so much prelim legwork. Look at all of these different Facebook groups for contractors, the welding society, wood crafting, junk and scrap, like, you guys, farm equipment for sale. Like she is going to take this video and post it on all of these different pages. And the post, want a property where your business and family can thrive all in one place. This is still a work in progress, but call out business owners. Is this what you want? Like, wish you had more space for equipment, trucks, tools, and trucks. Like, wish you had seclusion. Wish you could generate income for your property. Dude, problem solved. We got you. And so, granted, Allie, again, I know you're like reading this right now. This one has not been fleshed through, but the ideas are there. But this is not exactly what I'm going to post, but it's close. It's close, along with the video. So she's going to do that for all of the different business owners because that is a target who this would be great for, right? Oh God, we have more. Look at how.
For those that are not watching on YouTube right now, she doesn't just have a list of like 3 or 4 Facebook groups. It's a list of at least 100 right now. She's still scrolling. So
I think we're done.
That is so good. And I really, really like just like the wording of the post. I just read something super quick about like, hey, are you looking for 1, 2, 3? Well, this property checks every box. And then the every box is stuff that you are manipulating. I love it. It's so smart.
Thanks so much. So for this, because this property is weird, and guys, if you're like thinking, you're like, man, how am I going to sell this property because of whatever reason, there is a way, there is someone who wants it. It's just your responsibility, I think, to find them and then do outreach. Because right now, very few people are on the MLS looking for this property. They're not like, oh, I specifically want 2 houses, a warehouse on 19 acres. Like it's just, you don't really search for that like the normal person. So that's why this, who would be the perfect fit, where do they exist, reach out to them, is so important if you actually want to sell. That's the thing too. Like if you don't fucking care and you just want to like throw and have like a listing sign in the yard, by all means. I'm not getting paid until this bitch closes. So y'all, I'll be motivated over here.
Do you have a listing cancellation fee?
I think I do because of something you said. I'm not. Oh, no, I am. I think it's like 1%.
Cool. Yeah, that's typically what I do too.
Okay, I think I got that from you.
Okay, nice.
Sure, I got that from you. Yeah, no, because you're right. This is like, I mean, I've done like an insane amount of work already. Again, because I've had time and because I love it. Like this is super fun for me. But yeah, if I don't close, if I fail my client, that will really, really suck and break my heart. But also if they change their minds for any reason, which they're not, we're besties by this point. That would, yeah, I do have that written in as a protection. Thanks to Ali and thanks to the Agent Goldmine, which if you have not been to the agentgoldmine.com and seen all of our golden nuggets that are for free on there, go over there right now and you can get checklists, templates, tools, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Okay. So that is the business sector. The other type of person that I think would be really great for this property, would be interested in this property, is like a house hacker, right? Because someone who, this is 2 houses, one is a fully functioning Airbnb as it stands, and the amount that it brings in every month covers the entire mortgage and then some, like as it stands. So then, and that's only one, the other house. They also have the option to rent out the basement. So really it's 2 income producing properties on 19 acres of seclusion. Like I mean, I'm sold. I really am sold on this property. It's awesome. But I'm like, who would be interested in that? A fucking house hacker who wants their cake and wants to eat it too, right? And so that is where we've gone through and found property management companies for short-term rentals, different event companies. Like some people might want to get this property as like an event space, like, come rent it out with your family, whatever. But then also like your standard, we have all of the Facebook groups for Airbnb hosts, for short-term rentals, investors groups, networking clubs, blah, 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 blah. And then I have like friends who I want to reach out to, which again, I don't know if we should blur all their names, but whatever. Yeah. And then I also like, this is just, again, it's not perfect yet, but it's like their pain points. What do they care about? And how can I solve it in advance for them? So that's just another example of house hackers, which I've combined. I split out Airbnb, but this is house hackers and Airbnbs in one. So really it's business owners and investors, if you want to think about it like that. And then I also did one on local attractions. This is less powerful to me, but it might be what?
The number one local attraction.
Cracker Barrel. I don't know how the order came to be. This is courtesy of Cheska. I'm sure there's other ones that are better. We have a Buc-ee's, damn it. That has got to be number one.
No, I love Cracker Barrel. Those pancakes.
Oh God. Okay. Well, ow. Oh my God. So I am old now and I like twinged my neck and back. What? Are you shocked? It hurts. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. Local attractions, Cracker Barrel for sure. But these to me are, if I have time, if I need it, this list, because I'm telling you, the business owner or the investor is who I'm trying to target. These are, holy shit, I've been through all of them and I ain't got no bites yet. Let me just call Cracker Barrel and be like, yo, dude, we're 2 minutes from your house. And it's not actually 2 minutes, but the concept applies where it's like, we're right down the road. Who do you know who would love this? You know what I mean? So I'm in brainstorm mode. Does that make sense?
That's super cool. I love it. I love this out of the box thinking.
We're trying, man. We trying over here. So that's all of our, you can even see Cheska. She's like working in it right now. Go girl. You go girl. Okay. So we went through that. And then of course, guys, we have the normal people, which is all of the Facebook groups that hopefully you're posting on that are not out of the box. This is like you're moving to Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, homes for sale, Lexington, Kentucky, for sale by owner. Like these are all of your just normal pages. Does that make sense? The other thing that you can consider that I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, because you know how there's like community Facebook pages, but normally you have to be like a homeowner or whatever in the house to be in the community. We have like a couple close by neighborhoods that I'm like, I need to figure out who is in charge and get them to see if they can post, because I think that that's like a really cool, like choose your neighbor type of campaign thing as well through the Facebook.
Ooh, that is so smart, because a lot of Facebook groups, especially neighborhood ones, they don't even allow realtors, or like one realtor is the one who hosts the page and they're like, no, get out of here. So that's a good way to like make a referral, start another connection. That's smart.
Thanks, girl. Oh my God. So that is we have now made it through Facebook groups and strategic outreach, because the strategic outreach is also the business owners and my like nationwide friends. Like the short-term shop was on here. Ziana, who does a lot of short-term rentals, is on here. I'm going to reach out to those people and be like, yo, who do you got? Who do you know? So we also talked about HOA neighborhood Facebook pages. This personal socials, I will probably also add the sellers as a collaborator. But if not, like in my post for my duplex, I sent a proposed post to the seller being like, hey, we just went coming soon. If you would like to post this on your own socials, like here's a proposed, verbiage for you. And he did it. He literally just copied and pasted that shit on there and was like, thanks. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. Database blast. Of course you're going to do that. And then the last one I kind of want to hit on hard is what we're doing for circle prospecting. And I am so excited about this. We have our 18-year-old starting today in 22 minutes downstairs to work on our direct mail campaign. Y'all, this is what we did. You know how they have those like handwritten online, places where you can go and get like direct mail. Well, we didn't want to do that. Me and Drake, we decided to get our own $3,000 handwritten machine from China. And all of the YouTube videos are in Mandarin, which is horrible, but that's fine. The machine came, and like Drake is like literally working on it right now. And so what it's going to do is we are pulling 1,000 homes that are within a specific, I wouldn't say circle radius, but radius of the property. And we are going to mail them, which I have here it is. It's going to be like, hey, your neighbor off Hines Creek Road, which by the way, we didn't use the specific road because it's in the boonies. We used the first more major road so people could have recognition of, oh, I know where that road is. Your neighbor off Hines Creek Road is selling their property. Want to see inside? Scan the QR code for the full scoop and your invite to the super fun open house event. P.S. You won't find this on Zillow. Love, Shelby. And this, we might tweak this a little more, but it's close. I like it. This is going to be handwritten with our machine. The machine, by the way, it's not a printer. It's literally a pen. Like you have to load pens into it, and it's like handwritten with a pen, and it's in my handwriting, which is exciting because I like did the little thing. So it's like actually my handwriting. And we're going to print and fold them up and seal it with a wax seal. So we got like our little 5 pillars nation logo on like one of those old timey seal stamps, and we got like a wax hot glue gun, this is where the 18-year-old comes in, because that bitch gonna be folding and sealing and putting the little thing in the envelope. And then Drake went to UPS, and instead of doing like a stamp, like a traditional, you buy your forever stamps and you like stick it on there is a way that if you do a bunch of direct mail, you can get like an actual, like a stamp, like with ink, and like a traditional stamp where you just stamp the front, and then you take all of the postage and you bring it in and like give it to them, dump it to them. And it's like 50% off what it would be to mail out all of the direct mail. So that's another thing that the little 18-year-old is doing. After she packages it, she's going to bring it all to UPS and ship it off that way to save money. Questions?
Oh, This is so cool. I'm like looking behind the scenes to see how you can turn those YouTube videos from a different language into like English. That way you can understand it. But it seems like you understand it.
Drake does. I understand nothing. There's a Facebook group for people in America who have bought this machine, and it's very helpful, he says.
Nice. Oh, that's so cool.
If you're looking to change brokerages this year so you can increase your business and you want to join us at eXp Realty and would like either myself, Ali Garced, or Shelby Johnson to personally sponsor you in, so that way you have access to 2 icon agents, text the word JOIN to either my number, 914-318-4918,
or Shelby's number, 859-267-3849.
If I sponsor you and you have access to the both of us and everything that's 5 Pillars Nation, we have the checklist, the systems, the processes to help you scale your business. And don't take our word for it. We've had agents switch brokerages to join us that were stuck making $300,000 GCI, and they join us so they can scale. So text the word JOIN to those numbers and we'll take the next steps.
Yeah. So that is what we are doing for mail. And that's going to, again, this is all happening in the coming soon status. We're using Robin's prop stream. Robin's a 5 Pillars Nation member in our EXP family, and pulling the names from, thanks Robin, shout out, love you girl, to pull the addresses for that. And then, the 18-year-old will do the manual labor and then deliver it. And yeah, very excited about all of that. So now we've gone through circle prospecting and direct mail. So after that, this is coming soon. And then coming soon status is roughly a week. We're going to go live on, I'm clicking on my actual, this is my actual checklist. I need to not do this. Then you go live, and 3 days later, it will be the open house. So the open house is, I have another piece of my checklist we're doing on Saturday from 1 to 4. And there's a lot of prep work that goes into that too. We got, so in preparation for the open house, which actually, should I do the open house today? Or should that be its own episode?
I think its own episode.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I'll just continue the timeline. We'll go back and do our own episode for that. So, live open house, and the open house, every single one of these, this marketing schedule is a reminder to me about how many different marketing opportunities I have in one listing. Y'all, if you haven't heard the thing about like list to last or whatever, Ali fucking talks about it. I think that the main reason is because it has so many built-in ways to market yourself and get continued business. So like all of those were just in coming soon. Then we went live, and then at the open house, that's another opportunity to post on your story. Or if you want to be fucking extra, get your photographer back there if you think it's going to be a good turnout and take photos. Or maybe that's a part of your marketing where it's like, hey, come to the open house, especially if you want family photos or back to school photos, because our photographer is going to be there, and it's free to anyone who comes. Bring a friend. That's just an idea. But yeah, so marketing opportunity, another seller social media post if you want. You can post again on Facebook groups, like in case you missed it, here's what you missed. More strategic outreach. Then same with under contract. Like when it goes under contract, you can send out another thing of direct mail being like, hey, you've got new neighbors come into Heinz, blah, blah, blah. We had, 5 buyers who weren't accepted, which means that we have 5 buyers looking. Are you interested in selling? These are all just like different ways for you to continue to market, touch point, blah, 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 blah. Same thing. So that's under contract. Direct mail. Did you hear new neighbors, buyers looking? Okay. I literally just said that. And then same thing with like closed. You have all of these different ways to update and market again. Okay, that's it. Questions on the marketing for my listing process?
For the new leads that you're getting inbound, like how often are you updating them? Like, hey, we're about to go live tomorrow, or throughout the process.
So with the last one, I don't have that like baked into this yet, which actually, oh no, I have it in database. I do have database in there. So I guess on each one of these, but the way that I mostly see it is when they reach out, speed to lead, that is when they're most excited. So hop in a call from there, and then promote the open house. So coming soon is a week long. There's going to be open house reminders and email and text. And then maybe I'll do a follow-up too, like after the open house, whether it's like, hey, great meeting you, or hey, bummed I didn't see you there. I mean, do it better. But that sort of thing is just another way to reach out. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Yeah. No. You did. Okay. So that was the database blast. I didn't know if you were separating them, but the new leads just go into your database. So
Yes.
that makes
Yes, ma'am.
sense.
Yes, ma'am. Everything in the database, in the CRM. Yeah.
My other question that I didn't want to throw you off on is this is on Google Docs, and you're a big Notion person. Is there a reason this is on Google Docs?
Yes.
Is it to share with 5 pillars?
Yeah, well, it makes it way easier to. So the main reason is because of this, is because of the seller drive. So whenever I have a new listing, Cheska comes in here and duplicates my copy paste new seller. So like literally in WhatsApp will be like new seller, name, contact information, and then she has a process that she follows. But I can't have all like it's really hard within Notion to do all of the folders, subfolders, things that I need, and then also be able to share it. So like one of the things is a seller drive. I can't, or I could, it probably just wouldn't be as intuitive. People are used to Google, everyone has a freaking Gmail account. So it's a lot easier when I come in and I share the seller drive with them. They're like, oh, I have a Google account. And I'm like, yeah, pin it to your favorites because we're adding stuff to this. We're working on it together. Does that make sense?
Yes, because I love Google Docs.
I
can't get behind Notion. It's too empty for me. I need more.
Girl.
I need
we're not going to show that.
I need those. It doesn't matter. Cool. This is a great episode.
Just real quick to give you a little teaser. Here's my prop list for my
a chef's hat, an apron,
bro. Woo! We're getting crazy. This is my prop list for the listing video. Like literally a wad of cash, 4-wheeler, a scooter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like we're getting extra. So anyway,
the keys to the Mustang. Oh shit.
It's being fucking, it's crazy. It is crazy. I'm a little bummed though, because they winterized their pool and I like so wanted to get in there, especially since it's heated. It's a gas heated pool. And I was like, dude, giving them a warno. I was like, we're going to need access to the hot tub. Like I'm going to need these things and like the pool. And then they're like, we winterized it. And I was like, oh.
What does winterizing it mean?
I think it just means that they're not keeping it up. Like, I should have researched instead of just assumed, but my assumption is, when they put the cover on it and then the water underneath gets like, hey, we're not using it from November through February or whatever. And yeah, that's my assumption. Okay. Which you should never assume makes an ass out of you and me. Yes. You are too. Ali. What? Assholes.
Okay. We don't winterize in Tucson. It's just like on forever.
Oh yeah, true.
Cool.
Yeah,
this is great.
That's that. That's it. I'm done.
Yay! If you have any questions, hit us up. Especially if you like this checklist that you've been watching on YouTube, and you want more of this. If you want daily shit like this is a fraction of what 5 Pillars offers. So consider switching brokerages to join us.
Yeah. Also, if you don't like this for any reason and feel like these episodes actually like, yeah, just get Shelby out of here. She's the support. Allie's the main face. Tell me that too, which I'm actually glad to. Whenever Allie goes, I'm like, this is great because I can just sit here and ask questions and like no preparation required.
Like me right now for the next like 7 episodes.
Yeah. Well, we do trade off. We go back and forth.
Yeah. We do. It's a good team.
Okay.
Cool.
Guys, go to agentgoldmine.com, Instagram, be our friends. That's it. Be a bro, share the show. Right?
Share the show.
Yes.
Be a bro, share the show. Okay, bye. I just got off that agent attraction call with Tom Trong, like who opens it up to like all EXP agents. And I realized like how much money a lot of agents that are recruiting are leaving on the table, off the table.
I'm pretty on the table.
Leaving it on the table.
What I don't know.
On the table. Anyway, that's interesting. So like a lot of the agents that have joined that are new, my goal is to like put everyone into fast cap. Like I want them to see like way faster results. Like we have, like all the resources for them, but I want I don't know if it's the group meetings with other new agents of like, hey, this is your homework from week 1 to week 2. So I'm gonna make a video on that on my channel. Maybe we could talk about that here too. I don't know.
Oh, we totally can. I am curious about, well, do you have more on that? Because I'm curious about your investing.
That's it. It's just like super high level thing. I haven't dug into the specifics of fast cap yet.
Okay.
But I know that it's like been successful so far. So I want to talk about the stats of like, hey, if you are a new agent,
Yeah.
even though EXP is like hashtag where the pros go to grow, like it can still help new agents if you fucking plug in.
Well, it's all about if you fucking plug in.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the thing, but they don't want to do the things required to get the thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's
okay,
up with
investing.
investing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, so I got that I got like a cute little rinky dink property out in
Oh my
Columbus,
God.
Ohio. I'm stoked.
I'm so curious how Josh was like, how did he not convince, persuade, show a different perspective? Because you were like gung-ho commercial.
Oh my God, I know. Well, one, it's not so much like that he persuaded me. It's my my lack of capital right now.
Gotcha.
So I have enough for a commercial, but I don't you know me. I'm like so freaking risk averse. I don't want I don't want something to go wrong once I put a hefty down payment on, this. I'm looking at a 7-plex here too in Minnesota. I'm like, that's like 150K down. And then what? If something happens, I have lines of credit, but still I'm like so freaking risk averse. So I'm like,
Yeah.
let me get another single family. I know it's going to cash flow like at least 200 a month. Plus the biggest thing was that Josh is so good at Section 8. Like he knows the fucking forms, and that is such a benefit.
Valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to get more income after that.
Okay.
Yeah,
But did
so it'll cash.
Did the single family take away from the amount that you have for your 7? Did it take away from your goals?
Okay,
Also,
so
what could go wrong? I mean, obviously, I literally just did a post about how I got a 6 unit and then a hurricane came through. So, like, I 6 HVAC's gone, and here I am, like, what could go wrong? But what are your biggest concerns with the 7 unit? I mean, like, it's one roof. I don't know what the condition of the roof,
I
but
know.
like, is it the HVAC? Is it a water heater? Is it tenant turnover? It would have to be a lot of things combined all at once to really, really fuck you.
Yeah,
Which is
it may
possible.
be
It's real estate. Anything's possible.
Oh yeah, everything is possible. Everything will happen.
Yeah.
I think it's the tenant turnover, and it's like the lack of, really it's just the lack of me having a good property manager, because I'm not trying to manage that shit.
No, for sure. Does Josh not?
Huh?
Does he not have a property manager that's good?
He self-manages.
Jesus.
Yeah. And like, it's again, like the way that's his Section 8 stuff works is like his Section 8, like the government is on their side, so it's like he gets like inspections, and like it's up to Section 8 standard, which is a higher standard.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why. So going back to your first question of, does it like detract from my goal? It's going to increase my cash flow like $200 a month this year, and then when the lease turns over next year, it'll increase another $100, or maybe 150. So that single family will cash flow an extra 450 next year per month.
That's nice.
The numbers that I've been looking at for commercial here, they're break even. So I'm like, like do something now while I have the liquidity, or wait a little bit until or put even more down. Yeah, I don't know. That's so I definitely did switch from like my I'm going commercial to here's a rinky-dink 100K property,
Well, yeah, that's the thing with goals and with life, right? Always just adjusting.
Yeah.
Always adjusting. I'm excited for you. I am.
I'm stoked. Yeah. We should close next month.
It's very exciting. It's like, I've not thought about acquisitions in so long because it's all just been like dispo.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I closed on the 6 unit. We sold that, and another duplex. And I asked him if he wanted to buy me out of the 21 units. So he did, which is nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So did you get it appraised and then you cover the difference?
For the 21?
Yeah.
We had a pretty good idea of value that we agreed on, both of us. And so we just did it based on that. And then he did have a couple of refinances come in, so that way he could pay me off in chunks. But it was primarily like the payoff is primarily complete. There's still one more refinance that needs to happen. But I don't think that it's like he might have to refinance something else to pay out. But it's also some like passive income in the meantime, which is nice because it's like monthly payouts until the next big chunk, balloon, whatever, official term. Words.
What was your original reason for selling?
Oh my God. I really like having less things. And also I was coming up on the time period where like deferred maintenance from shitty property managers was starting to really like come onto the horizon. And so I just decided to cash out we've had so much appreciation since I bought a lot of these in 2018, 2019. And so the appreciation since then has been really cool to see. And also just like return on equity. Okay, so there's so many balances where it's like, now that we have all this equity, if we took that equity and put it elsewhere, would we have a higher rate of return? So is it like being used as well as it could be? And also the headache, not just the property manager, but also like the bills that would come from it, like big chunky, like turnover, eviction, whatever, was just more than I wanted to deal with. Like right now, we've taken some of the money, not all of it, and are lending it to a lot of people actually,
Nice.
like within Five Pillars Nation, who are doing like, who we trust, worked with for years and are doing like flips. And so that has been great so far. And it's like you get a good return from none of the hassle.
Yeah.
And it's not like I sold all of, our properties. I still have enough that we're just going to pay them off. And that's the plan, at least. But
Nice.
like,
So you're going to
plans
pay them
change.
off.
I'm going to pay them off.
Cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
when we start like making serious money here in Lexington, which is on the horizon, it's fucking coming.
Yes, it is. Oh, I know it is.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Well, thanks. I'm excited. I'm excited for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
That's it. I have a buyer call in
3
2
minutes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Time to go. All right. Well, love you very much. Lovely seeing
Love
you
you
as
too.
always. And till next time, like tomorrow. Actually, 5 minutes. Okay. Bye.
Sayonara. 5 minutes. Oh,
Well, just
what?
WhatsApp.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Love you.
Okay. Love you. Bye.